Hello. Let's get started. I'm just pulling up my pattern. Okay, today we are going to do these little round ones first. We're going to use 150. I still have not worked on this. I've been working on a commission project and I just finished it, so I will work on the rest of this afternoon. Okay. I've been trying to decide. I haven't taught a blanket stitch in a really long time, and I've been wanting to stitch one, so I think that's what we're gonna do here. So let's do that. I'm gonna stick with my 4 strands. Where is my needle? Okay. I didn't tie it off yesterday. It's just hanging out right there. All right. Now, when you have a circle flower, you can do so many different things. You could just do like straight stitches into the middle, starting here and just working your way in. Whoops. You could do detached chain stitches. Hold on, I'm trying to thread my needle while I'm talking. Okay, so detached chain stitches, you could do that all the way around. You could do a stem stitch, you could do a woven wagon wheel, or you could do a blanket stitch. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so with a blanket stitch, what we want to do is we're gonna start on the edge. So I'm gonna come up here, down in the center, and then we're gonna keep that loop open. Let me pull it a little tighter so you can see the whole thing. So we've got our loop, and we're gonna come up. Oh no, wait, sorry. Hold on, I forgot. The angle matters. So we don't want to go straight down. We want to go, let me think, hold on. Back or forward? If we go forward, yep, okay, we wanna go forward. So you don't wanna come straight down when you go down. You want to go just a tiny bit forward, not a whole bunch, just a little bit. And then we'll come up inside of our loop and pull that snug. And then when we go down, we're up on the edge, so we're gonna go down in the center and then up on the edge. So it's almost like a chain, oh, we haven't done a chain stitch, never mind. Almost like a stem stitch where each stitch kind of pulls into the next one. Okay, so we're creating kind of like these loops. Your stitches on the outer edge are gonna be bigger than your stitches in the center. So I'm just gonna come and do just a tiny bit in the middle, but then on the edge, we're gonna make a bigger stitch and pull that snug. We're gonna do that all the way around. That one was not pulled tight enough. Hold on. Okay. This one takes some concentration from me. I just realized how quiet I'm being. Okay, and then we're gonna go down where I first went up when I was not doing it quite right. And then I'm gonna come up where I started in that same hole. Pull it tight, and then just like we did with our detached chain stitches, we're just gonna come down on the other side of that thread and tack it down. And look how cute that little flower is. It also kind of raises up a little bit on the edge. What do we think? Fun, not fun? I have to sneeze. Okay, so we're gonna do that 3 times. Should I do another one? I'll do another one real quick. I think we have time. May as well. The center, I'm doing French knots, which we will do tomorrow. So I came in late. What is this called? It is called a blanket stitch. Usually it's done like on the edge of a blanket. Big thing is like making sure you pull it pretty snug when you're when you're stitching that, so that it doesn't be too loose. I'm relieved it's not a wagon wheel. I don't love those. Yeah, there's plenty of options. If you have a pattern with a wagon wheel, there's so many options. You don't have to do a wagon wheel. Wagon wheels are fun, and I feel like especially for beginners really like them because they look more complicated than they are. So I think that beginners really, really love them usually. But, and I like them a lot, but I totally get not everyone does. And they're hard to get like exactly how you want them. Let's see. Is this my last one? Yeah, I need to come up right here. Yeah, I know they are not a favorite. But these are fun. And I kind of like that they're a little bit more of an open weave. Oh, sorry, I like that they're a little bit more of an open weave because we have all this heavy stitching around it, all this satin stitch. So it's kind of nice to have something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit not so stitch heavy. Anyways, okay, so we'll do the centers tomorrow. Let's move on to these. We're gonna do bullion stitches, which I haven't done for a while. And I was gonna practice and I totally forgot. So I know how to do them, I just struggle with them. So this should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Okay. There's only 4 bullion stitches, so we should be okay. I'm going to get out, we've only used this color one time, but we're gonna use it again. So it's 422. You're gonna want 6 strands. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting a knot. All right, so we're gonna come up at the bottom, down at the top, and then we're gonna leave this loop that I wish wasn't twisting. We're gonna leave this loop, and then we're gonna come back up at the bottom in that same hole. Okay. Now, I think technically you're supposed to leave the needle in your fabric. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We'll see how it goes. But what we're gonna do is wrap our thread around our needle a whole bunch of times. So move it down to the bottom of your needle, wrap some more, keep wrapping. Okay, we need this to fit in our space. So it's not quite there. We still need to wrap a few more times. So I'm gonna push my needle up a little bit more. The big things with a bullion knot is making sure you don't wrap it too tight. You want it tight enough that it like stays that way, but not so tight that you can't get your needle out. Especially with 6 strands. My stitches, my twisting down at the bottom of my needle, down here, is really, really tight. I don't know if I'm able to get my needle through that. So what we're gonna do is, whoop, 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 I'm losing stitches. This is usually when I pull my needle out of my fabric and I'm like, ah, okay. So, a few more. Yeah, that'll fit. Okay. So, while holding on to your thread here, oh, it's hard to do. Hold on, let me zoom out actually. I've got a lot of hand movement going on here. Okay. Hold on. I've got to get my hand on the other side of my camera. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got it twisted around, right? Now we're going to push our needle up from the back and we're going to pull this thread that we did first. We're going to pull that through the back and then up through this knot that we just created, okay? So hold on to your thread, hold on to your needle, and I'm just wiggling that through these knots that I've made very slowly. If you can loosen this just a little bit, that helps. Okay, got it. And now that fabric will just, or that thread should just pull nicely right through. So now it's starting to pull from here. Don't worry, I'm gonna do this a few more times, so. Now keep holding on so this doesn't loosen. You've worked so hard. Keep holding on to this here. Okay, so now that it's pulled tight, you can kind of stretch it out a little, mess with it a little, and then we're gonna go back down in that same hole that we went down the first time. I know, I'm kind of far away. I'll do this a few more times. See, I didn't quite hold on tight enough right here. Sorry, let me try and get it to focus. See if I can get that kind of pulled in with these. Okay. Holy cow. Okay. That's the end of the stitch. Once you get it on there, you've got it. That's pretty good. Bullion knots are hard. So if this seems really, really, really stressful to you, then just do, I'll do one. This is like intermediate to advanced. So if that is stressing you out, you can just do a regular straight stitch from top to bottom and then just fill it in a little bit. Just come up like right next to it, the top again, and just go down. And then one more on the other side. Okay, so if bullion knots are not your thing, this is just as cute, okay? Don't freak out and give up. I'm gonna do some more bullion knots because I need the practice, and you could probably watch that again without feeling too stressed. Come on. What do we think? Is anyone that's live? Does anybody do bullion knots? Okay, I'm gonna start at the top this time and go to the bottom because I already have my needle in there. Oh, I didn't mean to pull that so tight. Okay. Let me zoom out some. I'll try and be a little bit closer this time. Okay. So we came up here, we came down here, we're gonna come back up here. Terry has never done one. I don't do them very often. Okay, so here we've got our needle coming back up. We're not gonna push it all the way through the fabric because we need kind of some more hands. Okay, so we're gonna wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. Move that to the bottom, wrap and wrap and wrap. You really will need two hands. So set this on your desk or your lap or couch or bed or wherever you're stitching. Okay, is that gonna be long enough? Don't lose those stitches, hold on. Yeah, that looks long enough. Okay, so we're gonna hold on to these ones at the top and push our needle from the back. No, that's always my biggest problem. It's when it unravels. Okay. All right, pulling the needle while also holding on to our stitches. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you're not like getting just hands. I think it's too tight at the bottom. So my needle is through the fabric now. Okay, so now I just have to pull that thread and my needle through that. Go, you can do it. These take a long time. They're not fast. People that do them more often, I'm sure, can do them a little bit faster than what I am, but my needle is like twisted around this thread. Hold on. Okay. I'm almost there. The end is near. almost there. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now it's just about holding on to that so it doesn't unravel while we pull that thread through. I'm like trying to be able to show you what I'm doing and also not lose the momentum. This is why I don't do bullion knots. But they're so cute, like when you can get them done, but they just, oh, they're so time consuming for me. I like don't have enough hands and not enough. There we go. Okay. I should have a guest speaker come on and teach these, somebody that can do them better. All right, get those all kind of spread out. Giselle's on here. She does bullion knots. Okay, and then we're gonna go down. Okay. Ha! We did two. Look at that. This is the struggle. I'm pleased, actually. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to let you go. It was easier for me to do it from the top. I think if it wouldn't matter if I was holding it in my hand, but this, like, my hoop stand gets in the way. I wonder if I can move it down a little bit. Giselle says, I do, but they are so hard to do. Okay, because you do them way more often than I do. And I am glad that you say that they are hard because even though you do them semi-regularly, it's really just like a patience thing. Like you have to be so patient and you might have to do it twice. Okay. So we're gonna come up and down. We've got our extra. I'm actually gonna pull it out and see if that's easier this time. So my needle is already out of my fabric. And I'm just gonna wrap and wrap and wrap. Their texture is amazing. Yes, Terry, you are right. I think so too. That's why, like, they're so fun. They're just time consuming. Okay. So we've got that wrapped around our needle. Now let's see. I'm trying to remember where I'm pulling from now. Whoa. Okay. So we're gonna move this needle. We're gonna move our knot down our needle without it unraveling too much. My hoop stand and my camera are in the wrong spots. See, it's unraveling. Ah, don't do that. Yeah. Got it through there. Okay. Stay on there. Might be easier if you have 3 hands. So anybody out there with 3 hands, please let us know if this is easier when you have more hands. Okay. So here's the problem is that this came loose. So what I'm going to do is pull and twist, kind of twist this back on a little. Kind of rolling that as I pull my fabric, or twist the thread around here as I'm pulling my needle. And then we'll go back down. That was a little bit easier, but it's not even, like it's really tight down here and it's less tight up at the top. Oh my gosh. Look how cute they are. They're so adorable. Okay, let me tie this off really quick and then we'll finish with the dark brown, because I don't want this to come undone. I still have one more to do, but I'll tie that off for a second. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. They're not perfect, but I'll take it. How confused do you feel? We doing okay? Everybody surviving. Okay, so I've got 3 strands of the 30-31. And we're just gonna do little stems and then we'll call it a day. So we're gonna come and just do just one little stitch here and one little stitch at the bottom and just kind of tuck it under that flower. And then the same thing over here. We're just gonna come in with a little stick. Another one here. I might have twisted it around too many times because mine is like, it won't lay flat. It's like poking up, but that's all right. Okay. Now you could go back in if you wanted to and kind of fill this in, like do some extra little stitches like this and just like fill this space a little bit. Especially if you're doing bullion knots, they don't take up quite as much room as if you were like satin stitching it, but there we go. I'll do this last one after I work on this. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh, I'm very happy. Whoops, sorry. Okay, friends, that is it for me today. We will do French knots tomorrow. And then you'll have the weekend to finish your stuff. And then next week we will back our portraits. So have a great Thursday, and I will see you back here tomorrow in the morning. So 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Friday. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.